All right, let's try doing this again with my audio working this time. And now I have more time to actually make this video because of the fact that the game for today got pushed back. So that's nice. Mets lose though, 5-1 to the Los Angeles Dodgers, which is not nice. But at the same time, I'm not. I'm here for them if they're going to lose. As much as of an idiot as it might sound, I mean, better draft pick, right? Because what else are we rooting for at this point? The team's not making the playoffs. I'm tired of hearing fans still hold out hope. You're entitled to your own opinion at the end of the day, but I just don't see how fans are seeing it. I genuinely don't. I challenge anyone that is saying that this team can make the playoffs. I challenge you to convince me, and I challenge you to tell me why you think so. And I challenge you to find a game that the Mets played that was a complete effort, because outside of that 9-0 win against the Diamondbacks, when have they dominated pitching wise and hitting wise this season? I challenge you to find me those games. You cannot. You can't. And it's what is there to look forward to or be excited about or happy about outside of Francisco Alvarez and Kodai Senga? This team is an embarrassment. And the fact that they're still considering getting guys like Ohtani at the deadline, it disturbs me. It disturbs me to no end, because the logic makes no sense still. I say it time and time again on the podcast. Why would they go out and get Ohtani when they are not a Shohei Ohtani away and they are not even close to playoff contention? You want him to come here and experience losing and think that's going to convince him to stay? You're out of your mind. Wait the few months. If you want to get him in free agency, fine. But even then, I'm sorry. If it means they'll rebuild if they don't get Shohei Ohtani, as this is a hot take and as ludicrous as this might sound, I'm for them not getting Shohei Ohtani if it means only that they will rebuild, because this team in the long run is better off if they rebuild. I've been saying it nonstop, and it's just the truth. It's just the truth, because there is nothing for this team that's going right now and going right. And I just am trying to comprehend the Dodgers, ironically, the Mets played. Steve Cohen wants to be Dodgers East or East Coast Dodgers, whatever way he put it in the opening presser when he was the owner. You don't just become the Dodgers overnight and become the Dodgers just because you spend money. There is a methodical process to get to where the Dodgers did. They were not good at points. They built up their farm system. They got to where they did because they built up their farm system, because they went through a rebuild, and because that's what they needed to do to get back to contention. You build from the ground up. You do not just go ahead and just spend money all willy-nilly and think that's going to solve your problems. The expression money doesn't buy happiness could apply to this. Money does not buy you a championship. There's plenty of examples of it in sports. Plenty. In my case, the New York Rangers. Before the salary cap, they were able to spend to no end. They got one cup since 1940 with all their flexibility to spend. Money does not buy championships. It doesn't. And I hate to be so negative, and I hate to be that guy, but it's not going to work unless they build this from the ground up. It's not. Leave a like if you enjoy the recap. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially for Met fans, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live next on the channel. I really have no point in going in order and going inning by inning to break down this game. Do you want a summary of the game? Here's a summary. Mookie Betts hit a home run in the third inning. Nimmo tied it in the fourth inning. And what was it? The eighth inning, Ottavino came in and completely pitched like garbage. Pete Alonso also couldn't make a good enough play at first base to help turn the double play that would have ended the inning. Ninth inning, the defense was even worse. Brett Beatty couldn't catch a fly ball. Hits him in the face, too. Why doesn't it? Grant Hartwig didn't pitch any better, don't get me wrong, but... And then you had DJ Stewart at one point in this game dropping a routine fly ball. They suck. They can't even play basic fundamentals of the game. You could have penciled in the L when you saw DJ Stewart hitting 7th nonetheless. Hitting 7th. Nevertheless, him being in the lineup. And Luis Guillorme being in the lineup too. 3 automatic outs at the bottom. I love Brett Baty. I have hope for him still. And I don't think it's fair that people online are calling him a bust. He went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. I think there's very serious talks that need to be had about sending him down to AAA, though. That I could get behind, because it does not hurt to over-marinate your prospects. It doesn't. And it's not like Brett Baty needs to be here, be the third baseman because he's the missing piece to the puzzle. No. And they're not even treating him like that because they're not playing him every day. You might as well send him down. Kodai Senga, you're the new Jacob deGrom. Congratulations, buddy. Welcome aboard. Welcome to being Jacob deGrom. 6 innings pitch, 4 hits against, 2 walks against, 1 earned run. Good pitch still that Mookie Betts friggin' hit out of the ballpark. But he pitched great. 9 strikeouts. He deserves so much better. Brooks Raley was great. Out of the pen, allowed to walk, but still was very good. Ottavino, disgusting. Hartwig, disgusting. Dominic Leone, I'm not giving you a pat on the back for facing one batter and getting him out. I'm just not. This lineup sucks. Nimmo's the only thing that's got it going, but even then, Nimmo gets like 1 hit a game, and that's pretty much the end of his night. Alvarez will produce offensively every once in a while, but it's not consistent enough right now. Alonso, congratulations on getting a hit today. Feels like it's been a while. Jeff McNeil hitting 3rd in this lineup is a disgrace, but they don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. Who else is hitting 3rd in this lineup? Who else is hitting 3rd? They don't have a choice. That's how bad this baseball team is. That they have to hit Jeff McNeil 3rd. With the way he's performing, at least. Because obviously last year, him hitting 3rd would be fine, but the way he's performing this year. There's got to be serious talks about what to do with Jeff McNeil in the offseason. Fogelback went 0-4. Lindor went 0-4. He had 2 walks, I guess, but it's just disgraceful. 3 hits, and the Dodgers had 11. The Mets had 2 errors. The Dodgers had none. You know what we've learned? The Mets are nowhere near the level that we thought they were going into the season. And I think that you could call me Captain Obvious, whatever, but the Dodgers are pantsing them in every way and showing the Mets what a good baseball team is. Showing you what you need to do to be a good baseball team. That's what the Dodgers are showing. And the Mets are nowhere near that. They are nowhere near that. And there is zero hope. Zero hope. Somebody tell me where the hope is for this team. So I can tell you right now, it does not matter how good Alvarez is. If Beatty and Vientos don't develop into what they need to, and Ronnie Mauricio. But even then, okay, they develop fine, and they become good players, maybe even become stars. Okay, that's cool and all, but you have Kodai Senga and what in the rotation? With what help in the prospect pool? Mike Vasile? Dominic Hamill? I don't see any of those guys being future aces, do you? Matt Allen can't friggin' stay on the field, and I feel bad for the kid, but, like, we can't rely on him to be the future either. There's just no hope with this organization. And I'm just jealous. Looking at what's across the baseball diamond. Looking at a team that has a Mookie Betts. That has a Freddie Freeman. Developed a Will Smith to fit in. Developed a James Outman to fit in. has JD Martinez, which the Mets could have got. Found a diamond in the rough in a Max Muncy to develop and bring in. This team is nowhere near Dodgers East Coast. Give me a break with that garbage. And I don't foresee them getting even close to that if they don't wave the white flag and admit that they need to go through a rebuild. I don't. Shohei Ohtani is not the answer. And here, you want the upcoming MLB free agent list? Because here, I'll excite you. Shohei Ohtani, which is the name everyone's going to go for. Marcus Stroman, he's not coming back to the Mets. No shot in hell. Javi Baez is not opting out of his deal. Even then, I don't think Stroman's opting out of his deal. But the guaranteed UFAs, right? Clayton Kershaw staying with the Dodgers doesn't matter, and and even if the Mets did sign him, oh what, great! Now we have another guy who won a Cy Young, but is at the end of his career and is gonna friggin' suck here too. Wouldn't be anything new, would it? Hyun-Jin Ryu cooked. Martin Perez cooked. Jock Peterson would be a nice little piece. You're not getting his Monty Grandal. Alvarez is your future. Charlie Blackmon, cooked. Adam Wainwright, oh, he's retiring. And he's 42 years old. Will be by the offseason, so no. No thanks. Evan Longoria, cooked. Brandon Crawford, cooked. AJ Pollock, cooked. Julio Urias would be a great name. Josh Hader, you have a closer. Teoscar Hernandez would be a solid piece. But do you see the problem still? They have to spend all this money to try even to be good. To try. It's not going to happen. And even then, Steve Cohen did not sound like he wants to spend money in his press conference. No shot in hell he should be spending money either. If this is the result he's getting. Was he going to spend another $300 million just to get the team to 500? Maybe even below 500, just slightly below? Just a sad team. Just a sad, sad baseball team. I'll never understand. I'll just never understand. I just won't. I won't. There's just no hope. There's none. This team is so infuriating and bad. But they want to get Shohei Ohtani this year at the deadline. Not get a big name last year at the deadline when they had when they won 101 games, right? No, why buy at the deadline and get quality pieces then? Why do that? When we could get Shohei Ohtani to join our what will probably be below 15 games of 15 games of 500 ball club by the time we reach the deadline here. Why not have him come on down then? And let's blow the farm for that when when the team's not a Shohei Ohtani away from being a World Series contender. They're just not. It's crazy. It's crazy how ass backwards this organization thinks and is. I'm just disgusted and embarrassed. I'm disgusted and embarrassed. Embarrassed to be a fan of a baseball team that spends the most money in the damn sport to not even sniff 500. I'm so embarrassed. And even if they were 500, that is so embarrassing for a team with the highest payroll. I told you in the post game from the first game of the series that they lost the series and they clinched it. Now they officially did, but I told you they unofficially clinched the series loss because it was either there was no run support for Kodai Senga in last night's game, or tonight Max Scherzer was going to lay an egg because it would set the stage for a big game. Wouldn't shock me if the Mets won the series or swept the White Sox after this. Tried to rope the fans back in. I'm not falling for it personally. That's just me though. Unless they pants the White Sox completely. But we know that's not happening. But even if they do pants the White Sox, I'm not getting my hopes up because they're playing the Red Sox. They're playing the Yankees. This team has a lot to prove if they want to rope me back in. It's going to take a gigantic win streak that would pull them above 500 for me to get back on board with this team and for me to owe them an apology and for me to look stupid. It is going to take a miracle, a Christmas in July miracle. But again, does anyone foresee this happening? I sure as hell don't. The Red Sox are going to smack them around. The Yankees are going to pants them. They play the sorry Nationals, which I don't even know if I can call them sorry. The fact that they're close to Nationals territory, this Mets team, is absurd. And then they play the Royals too. Yay. Set us up, Mets, for a couple big wins to make us think that this team will be back in the mix. And then just play like garbage against the Orioles, Cubs, and then a 4-game set against the Braves is the perfect recipe to put the nail in the coffin on the season, isn't it? Because we know this team cannot beat the Braves. We just know it. I'm tired of apologizing for overreacting or being so negative. I'm tired of apologizing. I'm spitting from the heart and I'm just telling you how I feel and how this team is. They have the September team from last year's and the wild card series team is clearly what this Mets team is about. And the everything else we saw, forget about it. From April to August of last season, forget about it. Forget about it. That was an outlier of what this team actually is. This team is not hungry enough. With their two aces that have their World Series rings, Cy Youngs, and their Hall of Fame careers locked up. They do not give a rat's ass about winning. They don't. So what is the incentive for them to win when they have their money, they have their Cy Youngs, and they have their Hall of Fame careers on lock? What's the incentive for those two? And they're the biggest reason that this team is where they are. They are the biggest reasons. Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, disgusting. Putrid. Disgraceful. Disgraceful is the perfect word. Disgraceful to this organization. None of them are good. Neither of them are good. This team is just something else. There's something else. Don't let anyone, by the way, I don't remember if I said this earlier on in the video, but if you want to be negative and you're just not because people are telling you to still have hope and feel positively, don't listen to them. You're entitled to your own opinion. And it should not matter if people are like, oh, you're a fake fan for being negative, and oh, you're a loser for being negative. Go root for another team. You're just calling it how you see it. You're not. Don't let anyone make you feel that way. Don't let anyone make you sway your opinion. Don't let people sway your opinion. Because what you're seeing is accurate if you think that this team sucks. What you're seeing with your own two eyes is accurate. Don't let anyone make you feel otherwise. Because there is nothing going for this team. I'm going to wrap the video up here. I'm done.